Okay, we should be live now.
All right. Okay. Well, hey, everyone, we're recording this for all of the employees of Whitman-Walker, but I'll just start by introducing myself. I'm Ted Miller. I've been serving as the executive director of the Whitman-Walker Foundation for the last 5 months. We thank you for joining us. And if you're watching this live, participating in it live, or watching it as a recording, either way, we're thrilled that that you're taking the time to learn more about ways to get involved in the community and some of the events that help raise awareness of Whitman-Walker services and money and funding for those very same services. So with that, I'm going to turn things over to Dwight Vincent and Lacey Seitz to kick us all off. Thanks again.
Great. Well, hi everyone. My name is Dwight Vincent, Community Engagement Manager. I'm very happy to have you all join us today because I think this is really the most crucial sort of aspect of like where we are right now is desperate need of fundraising, desperate need of community support and community buy-in. We are in desperate need of new patients. And so we're hoping that this will be one of many sessions where we'll be able to engage in sort of build synergy around all of the great power that we have in this space right now, all of the connections that you all have to different restaurants, bars, influencers, DJs, etc. And we just want to give you the tools that we have to use at your disposal to really empower you to speak on the organization's behalf, to continue to be great representation of the organization, and to bring in that wealth of influence and knowledge and resources to the org. So I'll turn it over to Lacey to talk about the walk.
Thank you, Dwight. Hi, everyone. I am Lacey Seitz. I'm the corporate engagement and special events officer. And so I know Dwight is going to pull up slides for me. Thank you so much. So we are going to kick off with the walk and 5K to end HIV. Last year it was held in December. For anyone that was out there with us, it was very cold. So we have proposed a new date in September this year. It is going to be on September 25th, which is a Saturday from 8 to 11 a.m. This is our 38th year of this event. It was formerly AIDS Walk Washington, and it will be at Anacostia Park this year. This is one of our biggest fundraising events of the year, but it is also free for everybody to register unless you are registering for the 5K. That's a $35 fee, but that will include your t-shirt. We get t-shirts every year. So if you fundraise or donate $35, you will also get that t-shirt in your registration fee. But this is a peer-to-peer fundraising event, so it just allows everybody that registers to do their own fundraising. There's some fun incentives along the way and raffles if you raise a specific amount. It typically, brings out, over 1,000 people. So we would love for everyone at the organization to participate, get your friends, families, everyone to join Team Whitman-Walker. Pets, as you can see on here as well. So we would love to see everyone on September 20th at Anacostia Park.
Okay, don't kill me, but I kind of mixed up the order. So next is the drag brunch.
Yeah, it's no big deal. So this is an event that we kind of just pushed out in the last week or so. Her Diner is going to host us. It was formerly Duplex Diner. So they're going to host us on March 22nd, which is also a Saturday from 2 to 5 p.m. for a drag brunch. There are tickets available for $65 per person, and then we're going to do a bunch of raffles and prizes at the event as well. So we would love for people to be there as well.
Is it, Lacey? This is Ted. I was wondering if we could maybe for folks who are on the call, what could you explain maybe a little bit about the raffle prizes and where we could use their connections, or if they have any ideas like.
Sure. So we're looking for more like experience aligned raffle prizes. We're beginning outreach around this. So whether it be, a gift card to a restaurant, a spa, workout classes, gym membership, things kind of like that. So if you know anyone that would, want to donate something like that to this raffle, we would love that. So feel free to reach out to me if you have any ideas.
Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about World Pride, which we're all very excited for. Um, as you all should probably know by now, DC has been selected to host World Pride this year. The theme was announced as the Fabric of Freedom. World Pride events are going to take place from May 23rd to June 8th. For us, I just pulled out two dates in particular. Even though they're all important, these are the most important dates for us. The World Pride Parade, we're still scheduled to participate in the parade. I just submitted our registration. So that's going to be on June 7th. And I'll send details regarding these events via email to all staff as we get closer. Um, so that's something to look forward to. Very exciting every year. And then Silver Pride this year is going to be a little bit different. This year, Seabury received funding from the mayor's office to be the primary host of Silver Pride this year for LGBTQ plus seniors. This is typically something that Whitman-Walker does, something that I've spearheaded in the past. Not to fret, I'm still part of their planning committee and in full support of all the initiatives that they have planned. So the biggest one that we're going to do is a Silver Pride Tea Party dance, which is going to be on May 28th. We're also going to do some bus tours for the seniors that'll share a little bit of DC history, and then a panel discussion that we're still in the process of planning. But again, more details will come. Um, for you all, I think in terms of World Pride, we, Whitman-Walker, like many other organizations, are still establishing our place amidst the chaos. We are a healthcare home for local DC residents, and we want to cater and support and still be a resource to the individuals that actually live here, regardless of who all comes to place. Although it is a great opportunity to connect with folks of different cultures and different experiences and different organizations from all over the world. So if you have any ideas or connections, this would be a great opportunity to connect with me just to sort of let us know of any places or spaces that we should be, that we can still represent ourselves as a healthcare home and research facility and offer up contributions aside from supporting the parade or Silver Pride. Next is the East of the River Fall Festival, which is a little bit later in the year. Our tentative date is going to be August 16th. We usually have it around that period from 2 to 6 p.m. at Sycamore and Oak. If you are new, this is our annual back to school resource fair. Um, we usually have a go-go band, free food and drinks for the community, and some entertainment and activations for Ward 7 and 8 youth. This is a completely free event and something that we really love to do each year for the community. It was originally founded by Adisa Bakari, who was the Max Robinson Center manager, who passed away last year. So we will be renaming the festival in his honor. We still haven't come up with a name yet. So these are other opportunities that you can let us know how this event should sort of take place. Just with now we have completely new directions, new thought processes, and we want to like breathe new energy into this event as well. And then lastly, from the external affairs side, we always want to be thinking of ways that we can get new patients into the doors. And so you may have seen this palm card around. It is a representation of a campaign that we worked tirelessly on last year called Need a Doctor, where we were at the Metro stops handing these out. These palm cards are great ways for you to develop your elevator pitch, as I like to call it, when you're out in the community and you just have a few sentences that you want to share about the organization and the work that we're doing. This palm card is a great tool for that. It has all of our resources, in terms of the clinic. It has images of both of our locations, contact information, and the insurances that we accept. So this is a great place to start if you're looking for sort of verbiage on how you can communicate the resources to the community.
Hi, everybody. I'm Charles Hastings, the Foundation and Special Programs Manager. I use he, him pronouns. I'm here today to talk about ways that if you're part of a community group, you can get involved in fundraising for Whitman-Walker. And two of the groups that we're going to highlight are Stonewall Sports and Rogue League Sports. So Stonewall they have several different groups, which are billiards, bocce, climbing, dodgeball, and kickball. And then the rogue ones are darts, cornhole, trivia, and pickleball. And both of those sports organizations are a fun way and an easy way to raise money for local organizations, including Whitman-Walker. Each team is able to designate an organization that they then raise money for and donate their winnings to. Um, and you can see here that Stonewall in 2022 supported over 50 local organizations with over $192,000 and 1,300 hours of community service. We from Stonewall in last year, we received a $5,000 gift towards our gender affirming care from one of the teams. And I'm currently working with a couple of the Stonewall groups right now to set up volunteer opportunities for them to build testing kits and things like that. And then Rogue Darts is a big donor, well, all of the Rogue sports leagues, but Rogue Darts is a big donor of Whitman-Walker. We received over $5,000 from them last year. And you can see that since they were founded, they also have given a lot of money to local charities. And I believe that Alex is a member of some of those teams as well. So I don't know if he wanted to say anything, but it's a really fun and easy way to raise some money.
Yeah, thanks, Charles. I am in both of these groups, actually. I am on a cornhole team. I've played darts before. I was a captain of darts before. We didn't win a single game, LOL. And I have been playing kickball. This will be my 9th year playing kickball. I can't believe it. But yeah, basically, each team they choose a organization that they want to donate to because we do have a philanthropy requirement. So that is both financial, and I think there is a community service hour element also. So I know for a fact, Charles, I don't know if you've talked to my team, but we actually have a STI building kit session already scheduled for March 26th. So that's going to be kind of fun showing my team, where I work. But yeah, they're great. They're a lot of fun. And we do have a lot of after parties that are, at least with Stonewall Kickball, every Sunday. A lot of people congregate, and we usually have like a host bar or host something that has like an after party for the day, which could be a good way to maybe hand out some of those cards. I do know for a fact that some of my friends have been looking for new dentists, so I definitely have been throwing our name out there. And yeah, I'll try and keep seeing what else is going on. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
Well, thank you so much, Alex. And, thank you for telling us a little bit more about that. But yeah, if you're interested in learning more ways that you can get your group involved with Whitman-Walker or any of those things, please feel free to reach out to me and I can assist.
So I think now we can open the floor for any thoughts or questions.
I'm just curious for the people who are joining outside of the presenters, how many years have you been at Whitman-Walker? I'll start with, I know Chelsea, you're in legal services, right? So
I am. I'm the newbie there. I just started in September, so 7 months.
Very good. Well, you're more senior than I am, only 5'1" so you're
Look
a
at that.
veteran by my standards.
We're the
Oh,
newbies.
yeah, exactly. Yes. Okay. I'm a medical provider, started 3. This is, Minerva, 3 weeks ago. Welcome. So glad you're joining us. Um, no. Okay.
If anyone who's
Daniel,
not in external affairs or foundation, do you have any special questions or do you have any ideas of some fun things that we could do as a company, either for fundraising or in community outreach? We're always looking for new ideas.
Lisa, I'm going to call on Mr. Daniel Harris to weigh in because he's a persistent volunteer. Daniel, tell us what motivates you to volunteer. Remember, you're doing it for the people here as well as people watching the recording. So,
Right. Okay. Thank you for allowing me to share. So, I think part of all of us working at Whitman-Walker, we're here for the mission. So part of us working, we're working, and then we're also have an opportunity to donate our time. I like to say donate our time instead of volunteering. It's the same thing. But me being in an admin role and being behind the scenes, and all of you are my customer, I don't have the opportunity to be out in community as much as all of you may be in community. So it's my opportunity to have that taste of being a part of community, and it connects the work that I do. And I always have fun. So I always, look for fun in anything that I do in my personal or professional life. And so coming out to Whitman-Walker events, it's always fun for me. And I'm sure it's always fun for everyone else. So that's just a little bit of why I donate my time with Whitman-Walker.
Hey everyone, can you hear me? Great, Nana here. I serve as a social media specialist, so my lens is a bit different. A couple of things is definitely I appreciate, I think groups like Stonewall, Nicole Kickman is one of them, and the other one, I want to make sure I'll get that later, but they always tag us. So one of the things I just want to say is if you are doing anything like donating your time volunteering or organizations such as these, when they tag us is great because then we can also tag them in our stories. So that's just something I think in terms of practice that is important for us to do. Another thing that I thought about during the walk, I was able to capture a lot of like fun dancing moments. So I think at least with the weather being good this year, I think we have to think about how can we make them fun because there were definitely a bunch of students, it seemed like from Howard, that were walking. And when they came, we had like a moment of like a dance party. So I think although maybe this might be for when we do the walk, but I think as we share this in community, finding a way to make it like a challenge. Bring the energy and show us your dance moves at the end. I feel like something like that might be good because I know during the walk, we definitely had a lot of involvement, but people broke out because it was cold. I know I was freezing. So I think having that and having people just tag us some more, I think on social media can help because we definitely have, especially during Pride, a lot of people are sharing on stories. So we get that engagement there. But I think in other events, we lack and people are starting to watch more of our stories, which is a great way for us. So one of the things I've been doing is even with the brunch is putting the links onto stuff. So I think in terms of how we can assist on the social media end is things like continue to do things like that, putting a link there, encouraging people to get their tickets. So if there's anything like that that we can do, definitely just let us know. And we're doing it already, but we'll continue to do that.
mhm. I see Chelsea put something in the chat about commenting about Whitman-Walker's health services. Thanks, Nana. I really appreciate you reminding us about the tagging. So, well, I don't know if we have any more questions, but I have somewhat of breaking news from Heather Aaron. She just texted me with a challenge for all of us on the call, but also for everyone in the organization. So, Dwight, do you mind going back to the drag brunch slide? Thank you. There we go. Nice. Yeah, so that's this Saturday. Not this coming Saturday, next Saturday, the 22nd. And so Heather said that the foundation and some of our supporters will cover 5 tickets for the first 5 Whitman-Walker employees who are able to secure a friend or family member to buy 1 ticket. So let's say if you have a friend who you can convince to purchase a ticket to the brunch, if you're one of the first 5 Whitman-Walker employees to do that, we will reserve a space for you all so you can enjoy the drag brunch at her diner. So Dwight will work together to get that message out after this call. Hopefully it goes quickly, but yeah, that way we can have some of our staff representation there, which will be especially wonderful because you all are our best ambassadors. You provide the care, you do the work, and so for our supporters at her diner, it's going to be a smallish event. Like Lacey is about 70 people, give or take.
Yeah, 72 people is the capacity of the space.
Yeah. So it's small group, people are chatty, it's going to be fun, number one, fun, but it'd be great to have people there who are doing the work to really sort of even more personalize it for the folks. It's a good benefit for some of our donors to really interact with people who are part of the mission every day. So thanks, Heather, for offering that. And now I think we'll follow up with this afternoon. Nana for Silver Pride. Dwight, I'll let you take this one.
Sorry, I can't see. What was the question?
No, just an
yeah, for Silver.
idea. Oh yeah, I was just gonna say just an idea. Remember how we did the senior tours? I know you said you're gonna have for Silver Pride the tour bus. I was like, can MRC be like a stop to kind of like a brief, like, hey, look at what we have going on here, just like we did before, but maybe on a smaller scale. Just an idea.
Actually, that is a really good idea. It might end up having to be 1525 because I think they want to keep the energy downtown. But that's still a really good idea to be included in the tour.
I feel like another idea that just came to mind is I don't know what we're doing. I know community health does a lot of things, with HIV testing and outreach at Howard. And I don't know if we have any alumni. Maybe that's something we can do for alumni around schools here, reach out to them and do a challenge of sorts, let's see which year can raise the most money or something. Ways to incorporate the universities that we have here and encourage that donating from that standpoint. And of course, just even inviting students to also come and take a tour.
All right. I think we had Lisa and Dave Mallory and Lisa to help close us out. Do you have any asks and volunteers? I know, Lisa, you've been here just for a year, right? Congrats on your 1-year anniversary. Did that happen recently?
Heather and I started on the same day.
Oh,
So
nice. Wow.
it is March 19th or 18th was our first day last year. So in a week, we will both be 1-year alumni.
Early celebration. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited that we have some new people, especially a brand new medical provider. Holy cow, that's only 3 weeks on the job. So thank you. And we really do have a lot of fun at the events that we do. So we really encourage participation. And by all means, if you ever have any questions, please feel free to reach out to any of us to get involved. We would really appreciate that.
Alex, you have a question. I think your hand is raised.
I don't know how to do that. Oh, let me unlower it. Just spitballing off the top of my head, just about ideas about stuff. Going back to this Rogue and Stonewall stuff. With the Rogue Cornhole in the spring, this coming season, our games are at Midlands, which I don't know if you're familiar. It's on Georgia Avenue. It's a giant beer garden. And they usually have a couple of tables kind of, I don't want to say roped off, but they have like stuff on them. So I don't know if it could be worth reaching out to somebody on the Rogue team to say if we could have like a Whitman-Walker table, maybe at something, maybe at the closing game or any kind of game in particular with like the doctor cards or something like that. And then just full transparency, I did ask my team's philanthropy department about, maybe labeling our team or having Whitman-Walker be our charity. There might be some rules about staff, about people working at the charity for the fundraiser. And it's not just me. There's actually someone else in my team who works in the research here. But just wanted to throw that out there also, to see if it's possible to even have Whitman-Walker as a charity. But he's going to look into that. So my mind's working. If I find anything else, I'll throw it out there. But just that's where I'm at right now.
Thank you, Alex. Yeah. And if there are teams if it does create a barrier, a conflict, we're happy to talk to the teams without Whitman-Walker employees. Like we'll trade. We'll do that for sure. Dave Mallory, I don't think we've heard from you. He celebrated a few first-year anniversaries at Whitman-Walker and has been here. Do you have any words of wisdom and insight you've been doing this for a long time and been an expert in engagement?
No, thank you. Wisdom and insight, I'm not so sure about, but my relationship with Whitman-Walker started as a volunteer way back in the day. Doing the AIDS walk and other fundraisers, things of that nature. So, when you bring somebody into the Whitman-Walker community as a volunteer, you never know, they may end up as a colleague. But I just want to say, in terms of volunteerism and things of that nature internally, it doesn't imply like a heavy lift. I mean, we certainly would love to have you be part of the Whitman-Walker team for the walk and actually raise some money. But as we talked about during the session, a lot of it has to do with like your connections and externally to Whitman-Walker, whether it's a bar, a restaurant, whether it's a faith community that you're a part of, things of that nature. There's always opportunities out there, to bring them to our attention in terms of their support if they will want to get involved. Or you can also guide them to be involved in like the East of the River Festival or the walk. And as Lisa said, everybody's implied this, all of our community events when we come together as staff and with the community are just great fun. So it was so nice to meet folks who are new here today and also from outside the external affairs and foundation team.
Thanks so much, Dave. Dwight and Lacey, you all started us off. Do you want to close things out? And I'll go on.
I would just say that I hope that this information was impactful, that the session was impactful. Our hope is that we're able to do some more of these and that we'll be able to share the recording with you all. Most importantly, let this information create ripples amongst your team members, particularly the clinicians who we'd like to cultivate better relationships with and get the clinicians more involved and engaged. But yes, really use this as an opportunity to think outside the box and really think through the ways that you can support this organization beyond the work that you do every day, even though we greatly appreciate all that you do. And with that said, I think we can close.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Everyone.